realistically, most of us do have a style, so why is it that no one seems to have one, and why are you struggling to find yours? I think the problem is that we're confusing style for aesthetic. And aesthetic is things like dark academia, old money, bohemian, akubi, goth, emo. These are all aesthetics. It's not your style. Style is essentially a spectrum of sentiments. And bear with me, this is where I probably lose you. But what I think it is various characteristics and where you fall on the spectrum of those characteristics. So for example, you have formal, and the opposite of that is informal. And that's a line, a spectrum, and you fall somewhere on that line. Cute versus mature or serious. The opposite of cute, by the way, is not sexy. The opposite of cute is how mature you look, how sexy versus conservative you tend to be, how formal versus informal you tend to be, how minimalist versus maximalist you tend to be. Which is why it's so difficult to pin down your style, let alone someone else's. And it's true that on some days you might feel cuter than others, but I'm quite formal and serious. My idea of being cute is going to be very different from someone who every day is like their whole identity is being very cute. So how is this useful? I think it's useful for both people who are trying to find the aesthetic, but they like so many aesthetics and they're like, oh, I can't figure out my style. No, you can. You just need to look at the various characteristics of that aesthetic and the similarities between them, and that's what makes your style. Or you're the person who's trying to blend in, but you also want to have a style, you want to know what clothes you should buy. Now, by understanding what kind of characteristics you tend to gravitate towards, you can buy items that fit you better, and you can still wear things that fit your identity, but still blend in. Before we continue, I'd just like to talk to you very briefly about Curated, which is the app that helps you streamline your wardrobe so that you can combine the right pieces together, get the most out of your wardrobe, find as many outfit combinations as possible. So it's a really good way of keeping track of what works for you and just refining your style over time. And if you have any suggestions for the app, please let me know, because I would love to add more features to make it even better for you. The goal is to make it as easy for you to get dressed and feel like you're on top of your wardrobe. It should be like the command center to your wardrobe, the cure to closet chaos, as we call it. If I put on a full-on dark academia outfit, I might feel a little bit off because I'm definitely going to stand out a bit more. So how do you make those things more wearable? Is you find out that, okay, both dark academia and old money have the same characteristics of being formal. If I put an outfit together where there's one piece that's a bit more formal, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to feel like I'm styling myself in a way that's fitting to my identity without standing out too much. And I think most people are doing that on a subconscious level, because you can have this as normcore, but you can also have this and that. So these are all normcore, but you can feel the difference, the different characteristics in those outfits. One last thing I want to add is that I tend to go towards more minimalistic pieces. Like you can see, this is the tank top, but usually I would prefer something even more plain than that. Really plain things don't look good on me, and that's got to do with your body type, which is something that I want to talk about in a different video. There's so much to say about that, but by just having something that's got a bit more texture on it, I can make it work. So it's not just about knowing the style, it's about knowing your body type, your undertone, and these are things I really want to talk about very soon. I wish I looked like that. I wish I looked the way I look with a filter permanently. Anyway, the overarching message as well is that style is not something you can pin down to an aesthetic. It's much more complex, and it's definitely got to do a lot more with your personality at the end of the day. Coming to that realization was very helpful to me.